companies.
Right.
And then, the millions of small businesses around the world. Right. So I'm going to find one that's going to say yes. And the truth is, if someone says no, you should celebrate and go, whew, glad to know that now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, every time, I'm really glad to know that now.
And after a while, part of how you got good was by going to those 10 and failing in 9 of those 10 because you made distinctions to make you better. And every time you go out there better. So pretty soon the no just means I'm closer to another yes, right?
Yeah.
As much as anything else besides the distinction.
It's that old saying of next, it's going to come, it's going to go. And the main thing is, one, do you believe in your message enough?
Right.
Here's how I kind of find my way through. For me, I feel like I was given this universal message. This message that we're all supposed to live and love and matter. I think that's a universal message. I'm not the guy who created that. It's like you share similar themes. I think every great teacher recognizes the importance of us living fully and loving openly and making a difference. So I feel like I've been given this universal message. Now the next question is, maybe part of my purpose is to get that universal message out to the universe.
Right.
And the ultimate question is, can I do that by myself? And I believe so deeply that I can't do it by myself. So if one person says no, I'm going to keep looking because I know that I need the help.
Right.
And I'm humble enough to look for it. A lot of people, what they do is they get ego. Well, damn it, this doesn't work. And that Brendan and Tony, they talked about that program, it didn't work.
Right.
That's nonsense. It's like, don't get your ego and say, well, this doesn't work. Realize that you need the help.
Right.
Ultimately, we all need the help. If we're really going to get a universal message out to the universe, we need the help. We can't do it by ourselves.
Right.
And that drives me.
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. I think we've covered all that we want to cover. I just say, if you were going to leave people with a message that would move them forward, I think you couldn't have laid this out more honestly, more clearly, and more simply for people. Sometimes, unfortunately, they have an initial concept that sounds complex, and even when they hear the simple solution, it doesn't jive for them. Mm-hmm. It's like we get locked in the mindset that we have. We go, it sounds simple, but it really isn't. What could you say to somebody right now? Because my goal in all of this, as you well know, is there is a world out there that's on fire with challenge, and the fire of challenge is this winter, financial winter. There are people that are doing better today than any time in their history. You're doing that in your business, I'm doing my business. Companies, you look at the history of companies, you look at a Disney started in a depression, or a CNN, a Microsoft, an Apple started in a recession. The companies, small or large, that get going and do well and during the tough times end up dominating forever. And a lot of those were just a couple of guys like you and I, or a couple of people that are watching right now, that if they can get beyond their limiting mindset about the current season we're in and say, this is a gift, and yes, it's going to take more work to get the job done, and I'm going to have to work harder, and there's going to be more disappointments, but if I can convert those disappointments into learning, those disappointments into drive, and I can keep flexing, this could be the greatest time I've ever been alive. So there are going to be people out there, no matter what you and I have just talked about, and they know it's real and it makes sense to them, they're still going to walk this in here. What could you give us as one final message to maybe drive them through the goalpost of their own life?
Yeah.
Let them grab their golden ticket, so to speak, and move forward. What would you say?
It's recognizing that everything in life is just doing it. Think about the steps of what we talked about. For my stuff, it's pick a project that you want to do. Maybe you want to do some, cause relief in Haiti. Maybe you want to do something for breast cancer survivors. Maybe you just want to get your ebook out there. Maybe you want to, do some big marathon in your local town. You got a project. Next, pick your partners.
Right.
Go understand them, research them, reach out to them. And third, pitch them.
Right.
And then fourth, people support what they create with them.
Right.
I mean, it's like everything begins with that step.
And then start back to step one again.
Yeah, everything begins with the step. So what I would say is, I love this metaphor. I'm always telling this metaphor that I think is really important for people, is that, in Life's Golden Ticket, in my book, there's a scene where this character who's been going through holy hell is tossed, literally he's at this amusement park, he's tossed into the lion cage. And this is just a great metaphor to help people think through things. He gets tossed in this lion cage, and literally he's terrified. These lions are in there, they got blood all over their face because they've just been fed, but they're still hungry. Right. And they start walking over to him, and there's a lion tamer who's standing on a big thing, he's supposed to protect this guy. And the lion tamers just look at him, he's not doing anything. The lions start charging this guy, he freaks out, he goes down to the ground, they maul him. They run over him, they attack him, they're swiping at him, they're biting at him, he's screaming for holy hell to get out of there, nothing's happening. Completely freaking out. And all of a sudden the roars sort of dissipate, and he hears them farther away, and he kind of looks up from his fetal position, and he sees them moving figuratively to the other side of the cage, and he sees that they just threw his fiancée in. And this man who's in a puddle, in the fetal position, screaming in terror, jumps up, sees her, and freaks out, and he runs over, gets between her and the lion cage. He's like, get back, get back, get back. He's screaming for them, pushing them back, freaking them out, pushing them back. And the lions, as they kind of get freaked out, they turn around, they trot. And he's pumping, he's alive, he's freaking out. And he looks up to the lion tamer, he looks back down to her, she's gone. They pull her out of there. He looks back up to the lion tamer like, what's going on? And the lion tamer looks down and points to where she was and says, something worth fighting for.
It's beautiful.
Everybody is going to fail. Everybody's going to hit the hard times. When you find something to fight for that's bigger than you, you'll find more courage, more confidence, more heart than you ever knew you had.
Totally true.
That's
that higher purpose we talked about.
It's the higher purpose.
Always it'll make you push through everything. It's having that peace. It's so beautiful to see that so alive in you, my friend.
Thank you.
And I'm really grateful for what you share with everybody here. Yeah. You're a great man.
It's an honor. Thanks, Donnie.
Look forward to spending more time. That's our session. I hope you've been inspired by it. I hope it moves you not only in your business but in your life, and that you won't just hear about these things. It's so simple, but I will tell you this. Most human beings, I was reading research the other day, once again, in the culture we live in today, 60% of the population has to hear something 3 to 6 times to actually get it. I know you're smarter than to just get it, but to get it inside your body and follow through, this is something probably worth reviewing a few times, because it'll get so simple inside yourself after hearing it that you'll find yourself taking that action. But the most important thing that we both believe in is find what it is that you want to serve that's more important than yourself. What is it that will get you going that's more than just you? You still get to win, but something that inspires you, something that's a higher purpose, something you want to serve. That's where the meaning of life is. That's where the fulfillment is. Thanks for joining us again for the New Money Masters. I'll see you next month. It's Tony Robbins and my dear friend Brendon Burchard.